Hey all, Father Jim Haney from St. Paul's in the Plains in Lubbock. I'm standing in front of the Amarillo Helium monument, a monument to the element helium. At one point, I remember as a kid reading it was one of the 10 worst monuments in Texas, according to Texas Monthly, along with the fabulous Muleshoe Mule, the Odessa Jackrabbit, the Fort Stockton Roadrunner, the Tyler Rose. But I kind of like the Amarillo Helium Monument. Maybe it's because I have a chemistry degree. In the center, you notice that there is a little representation of a helium atom. There are 2 protons and 2 neutrons in the nucleus, and a couple of electrons orbiting around it. Helium is a very simple element on the periodic table. It's also very rare on Earth, very uncommon. Helium wasn't even discovered on Earth until the late 19th century, and commercial deposits weren't really opened up until the early 20th century. Amarillo was one of those centers, and really the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, Southwest Kansas. That's where most of the world's helium comes from commercially, even today. Helium is extremely rare on Earth, and yet ironically it is extremely common in the universe. It is the second most common element out there. Hydrogen is first at 74% of the universe. Helium, though, comes in second, making up 24% of the universe. Oxygen is third at 1%, and everything else, all the other elements, all the other matter, all the other things on that periodic table in chemistry, those together only make up 1% of the universe. And so there's a little bit of a disconnect for us that we have to remember. Here I am standing on solid ground. I'm breathing in air that has a lot of nitrogen in it. I'm standing on soil that's got a lot of iron content. I'm standing here, and helium is a rare thing, and yet shining in my face is the sun. And the sun is a huge nuclear furnace made up of hydrogen being converted into helium. And it's extremely common just right up there, 93 million miles away. And we can feel that heat coming at us. We human beings tend to measure things based on our own experiences, our own reality, our own little local neighborhoods, our own finite lifespans. And yet we worship a God who is far greater. We worship a God who created a universe that is 13.7 billion years old, as best as we can figure. A God who created things that we're just now still discovering. Most of the universe is made up, it seems, of something called dark matter and dark energy that we have absolutely no idea what it is. And yet we can see some effects. And maybe soon we'll figure out even more about the universe we live in. And that's a good reminder to us human beings. We need to retain a certain amount of humility, a certain amount of realizing our place in the universe is not the center of things. It is a grand and glorious universe, and everything that we experience in our small ways is not the totality of things. It is far grander than we are. And that doesn't even begin to consider spiritual things. There are more things out there than we can possibly fathom or imagine. We worship a God who is able to comprehend these things, who is the creator of all these things. And that is a profound and marvelous mystery, something to be marveled at. And so as I stand here with the sun shining in my face from the hydrogen helium furnace up there in the sky, I am reminded of the fact that we bask in the glow of God's love, and that we are here because of God's love and His immense greatness in being able to create such a marvelous and amazing universe. God bless, and have a wonderful day.